Hi guys, welcome to another video on the Web Security Academy, and we're still looking at CSRF vulnerabilities, which actually means cross-site request forgery. So the title of this lab is CSRF, where token validation depends on request method. And the level of this lab is practitioner. The level of the first one we did was apprentice, which is the easiest level, and so this one is a little bit on the difficult side. And so basically what web applications use CSRF token for is to track HTTP requests, so that you're visiting another site and the web application or the server can track that this request is coming from this place or this particular person. Are they authenticated, or so because basically without that anybody can be anybody, right? So that's why for on a secured web application, if you remove the CSRF token, you find out that the request will probably hit a 404, and it's more like a HTTP referrer. So it's telling the site that this is where this request is coming from. Alright, enough talking, so let's hit the lab. And it says this lab email change functionality is vulnerable to CSRF. It attempts to block CSRF attacks, but only applies defense to certain types of requests. So to solve the lab, use your exploit server to host an HTML page that uses a CSRF attack to change the viewer's email address. You can log into your account with Vienna beta. So let's access the lab. And as you know, as usual, our Bob suite is running in the background, and so we're just going to clear the HTTP history so we can see fresh requests as they come in. And one of the things you should learn to play with is the Bob suite. It just makes things a little easier. So let's log into our account Vienna and our password beta, and then we click login. So we're going to be trying to update our email. So what we can do, let's do new guy at gmail.com. Alright, let's update the email. So look for that request in Bob, and here's the request to the endpoint change email. So we'll be sending that to repeater Ctrl-R. So here in repeater, if you look closely here, you can see this is our CSRF token, and this is what it uses to track every request. So, and when we delete the CSRF token, you will see that request will fail to go through. And here you see 400 bad requests meeting parameter CSRF. So, but if we Ctrl Z and restore that and send the request again, you see we have 302 found. So what we're going to do is, the vulnerability here is that the web application only protects you if the request is a post request. So but when you change it, for instance, you click here and you change request method to get, you can see there's no CSRF token here, so the request is allowed to go through, and the change email is now in the URL parameter, right? So we're going to craft our payload here, and engagement tools. So we'll generate a POC, and so we'll just change the email new guy, let's do old guy, right? Old guy. And so we'll copy this, and then we'll go to our exploit server. So let's open that. So let's paste it in the body, Control V, and we'll store it. Alright, now it's stored on the website or the web application. So whenever the victim visits this particular website, of which we are going to send them an email, so they can actually click a link and visit the Hook's website, and then our exploit will, bam, get them. And then let's deliver it to the victim, and there it is. Congratulations, you have solved the lab. So this is basically how CSRF payload works. You craft the payload, you send to the victim, and then you store in the website where you want the victim to visit. So when they visit, sometimes it could be a fake website, hackers just create something, gets you to click a link, and you visit, and then the payload explodes, and they have your cookies, or if the payload they sent to you required you to put a password. It could be a fake Facebook account, a Facebook web application, or something fun where they require you to put a password, and there they have it. So thank you for watching. You can like my video. I have also got some videos on YouTube in case you're interested in viewing more of my videos. So thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.